Imagine this. There are 3 doors. Behind one of them is your dream job. The role you've been working toward, the company you've admired, the career move that could change everything. The opportunity is there, waiting for someone to walk through. Behind the other 2 doors? Silence. Rejection. No response. The same void that so many job seekers face every single day, sending applications into the darkness and hearing nothing back. Now here's the twist. The part that changes everything once you understand it. 95% of people are standing in front of the wrong door. They're waiting in the longest line, refreshing their email, checking their application status, wondering what went wrong. They're doing what everyone else is doing, following the path that seems most obvious, clicking the button that everyone else clicks. But the craziest part? The right doors are not hidden. They're not secret passages or exclusive entrances. They're right there, visible, accessible, waiting for someone to use them. They're just ignored. Because most people don't know they exist. Most people don't realize there are other ways in. Most people assume the front door is the only door. And today, I'm going to show you exactly where those other doors are. I'm going to show you why the front door is the hardest path, why 95% of job seekers are playing the wrong game, and how you can walk through a door that almost nobody is using. Most people believe that getting a job follows a simple, logical process. A formula that makes sense. Find a job opening. Submit your application online. If you're qualified, if your resume is good, if you've done everything right, you get hired. It sounds fair. It sounds like a meritocracy. It sounds like the system rewards the best candidates. But what if I told you that the online application, the big Apply Now button that everyone clicks, is actually the worst way to get hired? That it's not designed to find the best person, but to filter out as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. Imagine you take your resume, the document that represents your skills, your experience, your value, and you throw it into a massive box. Not a small box with a few resumes. A huge box, overflowing with paper. Now imagine that box contains not 10 resumes, not 50, not even 100. 800 resumes. 800 people, all qualified, all hoping, all waiting for the same opportunity. Now imagine someone, a hiring manager, needs to choose only 10 people from that box to interview. Do you think they carefully read every single resume? Do you think they give each one the time and attention it deserves? They don't have time. They can't. It's physically impossible. So they don't. So what do companies do? They don't read your resume. A machine reads it first. Before any human being, any hiring manager, any real person with judgment and intuition ever sees your resume, a machine reads it. It's called an applicant tracking system. An OTS. You don't need to remember the name. You just need to understand what it does. Here's what it actually does. It scans your resume, line by line, word by word. It looks for specific keywords and phrases that match the job description. It gives you a score based on how many of those keywords appear. And then it decides if you even exist to the company. Let me say that again because it's so important. A machine decides if you are worth being seen by a human. Not your experience. Not your personality. Not your potential. Not your passion. Not the years of hard work that led to this moment. Just whether your resume contains the right words in the right places. This is the first door. The front door. And 95% of people are standing in front of it, hoping a machine will let them through. Simple example. Let me explain this in a way that even a child could understand. Imagine a game. A simple game with one rule. To pass the first level, you must say the exact password. Not something similar. Not something that means the same thing. The exact words. You say, Open the door. But the password is unlock the door. You're wrong. Even though you meant the same thing. Even though your intention was clear. Even though anyone listening would know what you were trying to say. The machine doesn't understand meaning. It doesn't understand context. It doesn't understand what you meant. It only understands exact matches. That's exactly how the OTS works. You managed a team of 5 people. The job description says supervised a team of 5 people. The machine doesn't know they mean the same thing. It just knows you didn't use the right word. And this is where most people lose. Not because they're not qualified. Not because they're not good enough. Not because they lack experience or talent. Because they're invisible to the machine. Now here's the part that nobody tells you. The part that changes everything. That big Apply Now button, the one that 95% of job seekers click, the one that leads to the OTS and the black hole of applications. That's just one door. It's the most obvious door. It's the most visible door. It's the door that everyone uses. But it's not the only door. There are 2 other doors. 2 other ways into the same building. 2 other paths to the same opportunity. And almost nobody uses them. Let me show you what they are. Imagine you're trying to get into a popular club. There's a long line outside. Hundreds of people waiting in the cold, hoping to be let in. They've been there for hours. They're tired, they're frustrated, they're wondering if it's even worth it. But then someone inside, a friend, a connection, someone who's already there, opens a side door and says, "Hey, come in. I'll get you in." That's a referral. A recommendation from someone who already works at the company. When someone inside a company refers you, when they send your name to the hiring manager or the recruiting team, something completely different happens. You don't go through the robot. Your resume doesn't land in the pile of 800. You bypass the filter entirely. You go straight to a real person. A human who can actually evaluate you, who can see your potential, who can have a conversation with you. And the numbers are staggering. For a normal applicant, someone who applies through the front door, the chance of getting hired is somewhere between 2% and 5%. For someone with a referral, the chance jumps to up to 50%. That's not a small difference. That's not a slight advantage. That's a completely different reality. One path is a lottery. The other path is a real opportunity. And here's the crazy part, the part that most people don't realize. You don't need a best friend inside the company. You don't need a close family member. You don't need someone who owes you a favor. You need someone who works there. That's it. Someone who can say, "I know this person, they seem qualified, you should talk to them." Most people don't do this because they think it's awkward. They think they're bothering someone. They think it's too much to ask. But think about what you're actually asking. You're not asking, "Give me the job." You're not asking for a favor that costs them anything. You're asking, "Can you send my name to the hiring manager? Can you forward my resume to someone who can actually look at it?" That's easy. That's something anyone can do. And it changes everything. Now let me tell you something that most people never realize, something that reveals a huge weakness in the hiring system. The job description that you're carefully tailoring your resume to match. It was not written by the person who will hire you. It was written by our human resources has a specific job. Their job is to filter people. To reduce 800 resumes to 10. To create a system that screens people out, not in. That's what they're paid to do. The hiring manager, the person who will actually be your boss, the person who knows what the job really requires, has a completely different job. Their job is to solve problems. To build things. To achieve goals. To get results. And those 2 things are not the same. Our is looking for keywords and checkboxes. The hiring manager is looking for someone who can help them solve their biggest problems. So instead of trying to impress the filter, the machine, our department, talk to the human. Find the hiring manager. Send them a short, thoughtful message. Not a resume. Not a long pitch. Not a list of your accomplishments. Just something smart. Something that shows you understand what they're working on. Here's an example. A real message that has actually worked. Hey, I saw your team is working on X project. I've been following the work you're doing, and I'm curious, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? That's it. No asking for a job. No listing your qualifications. Just genuine curiosity. Just a question that shows you're paying attention. And when they answer, when they engage, when you start a conversation, something changes. You're no longer just an applicant. You're a person. You're someone they've talked to. You're someone they remember. And when you apply after that, when you submit your application through whatever system they use, you're not a stranger anymore. You're the person who asked the smart question. You're the person who understood their challenges. You're the person they already know. Sometimes you have to apply online. Sometimes the front door is the only door that seems available. Sometimes you don't have a referral and you can't find the hiring manager. So if you have to play the online game, play it correctly. Play it smart. Play it like someone who understands how the system works. Remember this. The machine doesn't understand meaning. It doesn't understand synonyms. It doesn't understand context. It understands exact words. So what do? You turn the job description into a cheat code. Step 1. Take the job description and read it carefully. Don't just skim it. Really read it. Find the important phrases, the key skills, the specific terms that appear multiple times. Step 2. Take those exact phrases and incorporate them into your resume. Not similar words. Not synonyms. The exact words. If the job description says project management, don't write coordinated initiatives. Write project management. If it says data analysis, don't write interpreted metrics. Write data analysis. You're not lying. You're using the language that the system understands. You're giving the machine what it's looking for. Step 3. Keep your resume simple. No fancy design. No columns. No graphics. No images. No complex formatting. Because the machine is dumb. It can't read columns properly. It can't parse graphics. It can't extract text from images. If it can't read your resume, if the formatting confuses it, you don't exist. The machine moves on to the next one. Simple formatting. Clear sections. Standard fonts. Easy to read. That's how you beat the machine. Here's the truth that nobody tells you. The truth that changes how you should see every job search, every application, every rejection. The hiring system is not built to find the best person for the job. It's not designed to reward merit or identify talent. It's built to do one thing. Reduce 800 people to 10. To filter out as many candidates as possible, as quickly as possible, with as little effort as possible. That's it. That's the system. It's not about finding the best. It's about eliminating the rest. So if you're using only the front door, if you're submitting applications into the black hole and waiting for a response, you're not failing. You're playing the hardest version of the game. You're competing against 799 other people, a machine that doesn't understand you, and a system designed to filter you out. The problem isn't your qualifications. It's your entry point. If you've been applying for jobs, sending out resumes, waiting for responses, and getting ignored, I want you to stop for a moment. Stop blaming yourself. Stop thinking you're not good enough. Stop wondering what's wrong with your resume or your experience or your skills. It's not you. It's your entry point. The front door is crowded. The machine is unforgiving. The system is designed to filter, not to find. But there are other doors. Better doors. Faster doors. Doors that lead directly to real people, real conversations, real opportunities. And now you know where they are. The referral door. The hiring manager door. The door that beats the machine. So next time you see that Apply Now button, don't just click it. Don't automatically default to the front door because it's what everyone else does. Ask yourself, is this really the smartest way in? Am I playing the game, or am I playing the hardest version of the game? Because the people who get the jobs they want, the people who walk through the doors that matter, are not always the most qualified. They're the ones who understand how the system actually works. And now, so do you. If this video changed the way you see job hunting, if it showed you a better way, a smarter way, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to follow broken systems. We're not here to do what everyone else does and hope for a different result. We're here to understand how the game actually works. And then, to beat it. New videos every week. And before you go, write in the comments. Which door are you going to try first? The referral door? The hiring manager door? Or the door that beats the machine? Make it real. Make it a plan. Because the right door is waiting for you. Now you just have to walk through it. See you in the next video.